area of law that we do practice is tax preparation. I'm a CPA as well as an attorney, and the tax returns I prepare are for individuals, not so much for businesses. And the individuals tend to be our elder clients, although I will do individual tax returns for someone who's not necessarily an elder. The reason that I've continued to prepare tax returns is, first of all, it gives me the excuse to see clients once a year. Very often when we just prepare a will or a trust, clients often disappear and we don't see them for a long time. Whereas if I'm preparing their tax return, I get to see them once a year. That enables me to find out how they're coming along in the course of the year, and to determine, for example, if their assets are being depleted and therefore at some point might be in need of counseling for maybe public assistance down the line. Also, it gives me the chance to go over their assets. When I'm doing their tax returns, they give me their tax information forms, like a 1099 from their bank accounts or their brokerage accounts. That allows me to see how those accounts are titled, because when we are preparing estate plans, it's very important how accounts are titled, whether they're in joint names or payable on death or in irrevocable trust. And if during the course of the year I discover, when I'm doing their tax return, that they have opened new accounts, that clues me into asking, well, how is that account titled? If you had previously executed a revocable trust, if I find out that that new account that I have a 1099 for is not in your trust, that will prompt me to tell you that we need to make sure that that account is subsequently transferred into your trust. And so preparing tax returns, again, allows me to determine if your estate plan is still current. One, I see where the assets are and your expenses, and also to make sure that we are still achieving their goal of avoiding probate, which is primarily making sure that we have beneficiary designations and properly titled accounts. And then I enjoy seeing clients once a year, even without that. But I find clients benefit by having me prepare their tax return, because as part of preparing their tax return, I'm at the same time checking their accounts and their beneficiary designations to make sure that they're still on track, and therefore they don't have to come in a separate time simply just to update their documents. While they're going over their tax return, we can review their documents at that time just to make sure that everything is up to date.